Did you know that South Sudan has 5 vice presidents? Well, since February 2020, the world's youngest nation has had 5 vice presidents in what the country's President Salva Kiir terms an inclusive agreement where nobody is left out of government. South Sudan's 5 vice presidents are Riek Machar, James Wani Iga, Taban Ndeng Ngai, Rebecca Nyandeng de Mabior, and Hussein Abdelbagi Akol. Machar is the country's first vice president, a title that accords him a more senior rank than the other 4 vice presidents who have equal powers. Rebecca Nyandeng de Mabior is the widow of South Sudan's founding father, John Garang de Mabior, who died in a helicopter crash in late July 2005. But how did South Sudan end up having 5 vice presidents? After getting independence from Sudan in July 2011, conflict broke out in South Sudan in late 2013, with factions allied to President Kiir fighting against those allied to Vice President Machar. Here is how things got there. After independence, Kiir had been installed as president. He thereafter appointed Machar as vice president. However, in 2013, Kiir sacked Machar, a move that led to widespread unrest in the country. In 2015, Kiir, Machar and other stakeholders signed an agreement to end the civil war in South Sudan. However, barely a year later, fresh fighting broke out in South Sudan. The civil conflict claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people and displaced millions more. In September 2018, rival parties signed a revitalized agreement to end the cyclic conflict in South Sudan, a country of more than 11 million people. It was this revitalized agreement that paved the way for 5 vice presidents in efforts to ensure long-lasting peace in South Sudan. Ahead of February 2020, different stakeholders, including the opposition, presented names of people to be appointed as vice presidents. The United Nations lauded President Kiir for taking decisions that he needed to take, and Machar for coming back after conflict to make the unity government possible. The conflict in South Sudan was also fueled by ethnic factors. President Kiir comes from the Dinka community, while Machar comes from the Nuer community. The 2 communities are the largest in South Sudan, which has over 60 ethnic groups. James Wani Iga, one of South Sudan's 5 vice presidents, comes from the Azande ethnic group, while Taban Ndeng Ngai is from the Nuer community. Rebecca Nyandeng de Mabior is from the Dinka community, while Hussein Abdelbagi Akol is from the Malwal Dinka community, which is the largest subgroup of the Dinka people. According to South Sudan's governance agreement, Machar oversees governance functions, while each of the other 4 vice presidents has a specific function allocated to them. The different functions are economy, service delivery, infrastructure, and gender and youth welfare.